Hi everybody, Richard Tremors here again at Artificial Lawyer TV. Today we're doing another product walkthrough, this time with LexisNexis, and in particular we're looking at Lexis Create Plus. To tell us a bit more about it is Madeline. Hey Madeline.
Hi, Richard.
Good to have you on the show. If you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and the product and then get into the walkthrough, that would be great, and I'll come back at the end. So please take it away.
Sure, and thank you very much for asking me to join you today. So I'm Principal Product Manager at LexisNexis and part of the Lexis Create Plus team. So Lexis Create, which you're looking at on the screen right now, is our comprehensive legal drafting solution that integrates seamlessly within Microsoft 365 and also the LexisNexis ecosystem. We give you everything you need to draft and review great legal documents at your fingertips. This encompasses the power to unlock insights from your document management system, connect you to insights from our LexisNexis ecosystem, and alongside you as you work, you have our AI assistant. Turning first to our document management system integration, we know that there's no precedent like your own precedent. So what you can do with our integration is immediately compare drafting against documents or clauses or definitions within your DMS. So this is a share purchase agreement, and here we have a definition for accounts. I just want to check that this is common in the drafting in my firm. And what I'm going to get is a commonality score. It's going to tell me that there are, oh, here we go, 7 exactly like this, and 148 with this title. So that's pretty good. I have a good level of confidence right now. Clauses like this, it tells me, are mostly drafted by particular contributors. And if I want, I can jump straight in to clauses drafted by those contributors. Now, it's not uncommon for customers, law firms, to have millions of documents in their document management systems, and we create structure out of that unstructured data. You'd never get through those documents if you're searching that yourself. But what we bring to you are these proactive insights and unlock the power of your DMS. So as you can see, I've got similar results here to that definition. And what I might like to do is just dig a bit deeper into one of these. I might want to change the wording. This one I'm not going to use, so let's have a look at the next one. Yep, I've used this one before and I'm pretty happy with the wording. So what I can do is I can easily compare what's in my documents and the suggested clause. As you can see, that's come up with the redlining, so that makes it really easy for me to see what's different. I can also explain in simple language. So that means that if I've got a particular complex clause or definition, I can easily access the language for that and perhaps email that to a client if they want that explained for me. Going back to this, you can see I can also edit the clause. So what I might want to do is drop this into my document and just adapt it a little bit before I drop it in. So here, as you can see, I can edit that and I can take out the accounts at the start if I want. And when I do this, it's not going to change that within my document management system. However, it will change it for the purposes of my drafting just now. I can also, if I want, easily save this to my library. And what we give our customers is access to their own private library. And of course, firms can set them up with access to any other libraries that are relevant. So I can immediately save that to my private library. Let's say I want to quickly access that again. As you can see, that's saved already to my library. So everything is designed to give you the confidence and also make things easy for you when you're drafting and reviewing. You can see that I can also translate it. I'm working in an English language agreement, but if I wanted to change this to French, I can do that. That's immediately changed it for me. Let's change that back to English. So all of these tools immediately at my disposal. I can also easily rewrite it. So let's just say make it shorter. And what that's going to do is adapt that as appropriate. So that was me looking at a instance where I wanted to review the wording that was already there. If I wanted to access wording that was missing from the agreement, so let's say there was not a warranties clause here, let's take this out, then I could immediately access that information from my access to the firm's document management system and also to Lexis content. So let's have a quick look and see what comes up for warranties. As you can see, I've got the clauses. Now, something to try is I can also filter here by contract type, for example, collaborators, jurisdiction. We set up our customers with out-the-box filters, but we can also work with them to add more bespoke filters. So here I need a definition, and here is the definition section, which is readily available to me. And what I can do is just access it, and again, I can compare it to what was in the document, or if I'm happy with it, I can just drop that into my document immediately. So let's do that. And that's going to insert with red lines. Now, what you also saw there was the fact that I could immediately compare it to relevant clauses and definitions in practical guidance, as well as my libraries, so anything that I've saved there previously. So that's the review. What I might like to do as well is proofread the document. So let's say that I've almost finished working on it and I want to do some quick checks before I send it out. What we do is we flag any issues for our customers. So reference issues, definition issues, incomplete information. We know from our customers that there's nothing more annoying than a document going for signing and discovering that information is missing. What we also do is give you an overview. So let's say that you wanted to cycle through all the defined terms in your document. And whilst you're doing that, just bear the definition in mind. So we put this up alongside your document, so you never have to lose the place. And also, if you want, you can immediately go back to the definition without losing your place, or indeed return to the defined term. Also, to flag is that we connect you with our LexisNexis ecosystem. So we've got a really great database of cases and legislation. And what we do is we make it incredibly easy for you just to check those citations in your documents against our database. Now, these are going to navigate straight to where they are in your documents. And it's all connected to the LexisNexis ecosystem. So if you want, you can immediately go on and have a look at that legislation on Lexis Plus. As you can see, we're now looking at the Contracts Rights of Third Parties Act. Going back to my document. Now, we talked about the AI assistant being with you wherever you are. And this is just incredible for our customers. They really like the ability to immediately access one of the largest legal databases in the world. So just to give you an example here, we've got over 100 billion documents in that database, and over 2 million are added every day from over 50,000 sources. So what you can do with your AI assistant, which is with you wherever you are in the LexisNexis ecosystem, is immediately access that information at your fingertips. So let's say here we have my share purchase agreement, and I might want to ask whether the share purchase agreement could in fact result in a to-pay transfer. So let's ask that question. There we go. And what that's going to do is search through the database, and it's going to come up with a response. As you can see, I've set my source on Lexis Plus content, and it's checking through the relevant authority. So this is really showing the work of our AI assistant, which we know our customers like. All of the links in the response will take you right through to Alexis Plus. So again, it's making it incredibly easy for you to find out the information you need without ever leaving your documents. We also, for reassurance, we've all heard about hallucinations. For reassurance, we give you the status of the cases cited, and those will take you straight through to Alexis Plus if you want to have a look. You can view the related material, so you've got access to our proprietary information like Halsbury's or indeed Butterworth's, which is really important as an employment lawyer at Harvey. And what that means is that you can have really good confidence in the answer. You can also access any drafting that you've done previously or questions that you've asked while you've been working elsewhere in the LexisNexis ecosystem. So let's imagine that I previously drafted a clause and I want to quickly access that while I'm within Word. And I can do that immediately because my conversations are with me wherever I are, wherever I am, whether that's on the browser or indeed in Word. And soon, when we release Lexis Create for Outlook, you'll also have access to that information when you're in Outlook. Also, it's really easy for you to draft within Word, and I'll just show you this before I wrap up the demo and pick up any questions that you might have for me, Richard. As you can see, again, it's telling me what the source is selected. That's Lexis Plus content. Now, right now, you can select your Lexis Plus content as the source or your open documents. And once Prodigy launches in the UK in the coming weeks, you'll also be able to ground your response on your firm content. So as you can see, here we have a draft. And again, as we saw before, it's linking right through to the content that supports the AI generated response. And if you want to check the further material, you can. So as you can see, you've got everything you need right at your fingertips, whether that's LexisNexis content or access to your own insights from your document management system. Back to you, Richard.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Just a couple of quick questions for people watching this. So just to clarify, I know you covered this briefly in the walkthrough, but just to clarify, so where does this fit in the LexisNexis ecosystem?
Yeah, it's a great question. So where it sits is within 365. So what that means is if you're working on the browser, I know Karen's shown you Lexis Plus AI previously, and if you, for example, draft a document while you're there, you can seamlessly continue your journey in Word in Lexis Create. So you've got access to all of your AI data and also any other insights that you need.
Got you. So it connects to the entire suite of Lexis tools.
Exactly. Exactly. And what you'll see is any subscriptions, entitlements you've got access to, we'll put all those together. So, that's up to you in terms of which pieces of the ecosystem that you want to be connected to. But if you do take, the different entitlements across the board, then we'll automatically make those links for you. So from your perspective as a user, you just seamlessly move around as you saw me doing just now.
Gotcha, fantastic. And just a quick one on the sort of integrations. I'm guessing this will integrate with most DMSs.
Yep, that's correct. That's correct. So, the most sort of popular ones to call out being iManage and NetDocs, but we have a variety of requests from our customers to integrate across the board and other DMSs as well.
Fantastic. And then just for the very last question, which perhaps is most important, which is if anyone's watching this and they would like to, either they're not a LexisNexis customer yet and they would like it, or they already are and they would like to add this to their portfolio, how do they go about that?
Yep, so if they're an existing customer, if they just get in touch with their rep, then they'll set them up. If they're a new customer, please don't hesitate to reach out to our sales teams and we'll take you through what we have to offer.
Fantastic. And can they have just this if they're a new potential customer and they don't have the rest of it? Can they have just this by itself?
So by that question, do you mean can they have just Lexis Create Plus?
Yeah, yeah.
And
Can they
yeah,
just, can they have a, they're like, yeah, I want just that little bit.
yep. So of course, the best experience for our customers is where they have access to our ecosystem, because really then they have just whatever they need. But of course, if they just need part of it, then they can have that as well.
Thanks, Madeline. That's great. That's all we got time for today. But tune in again. There'll be plenty more about LexisNexis in the weeks and months to come. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Richard.